Hello, welcome back, BTEC Philosophers, episode 60 with me, Elliot Steele, and
Michael Dewale. We're back. We're back in our spiritual home.
yes, Vauxhall. You remember all that faff where we had to move?
Yeah.
And then we moved. We're back.
That drama that lasted 2 weeks.
We're back. I think our clip was used as video evidence in a lengthy negotiation process.
I tell you what, man. The vibes are off, man, in that place.
But it was weird. Episode 60, and we welcome back Hall of Fame BTEC guests. Our Hall of Famers are a police officer, a man who was in prison, and a guy who was selling hot sauce out of Highland Springs. And it's good to have him back on his birthday, nonetheless. Abs, the comedian.
Abs the truth
guys.
back in the building. Instant classic.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, no, classic. Definitely a classic. Last show was crazy. So
Yeah. You sold a lot more sauce since then?
What, not from you lot show.
No. Did we help
No, I got a lot of hate from you lot. People talking a bit trash about my bottles and that, but the bottles are changing now. They're more professional.
Let's see the new bottles.
Let's see the new bottles.
Let's see these new bottles. I swear, I imagine he just brings them out in Dr. Pepper.
No, it's all about recycling, but.
Oh, you're on the eco thing?
I'm joking.
Wow.
That is a fucking
This is-
professional bottle.
Have you ever seen that show Hot Ones? I would dip in here first.
Yeah.
Got the cool jam.
Wow. This is darker.
Have you still not put the warning label on it?
No. So hold on, I'm coming. I got you. So it's a different bottle. So that one's the hot jam with the Scotch bonnet. It's
Oh,
so
nice.
bad, don't
Yeah.
need a warning. This is the Def Jam. This is
Oh,
the one.
okay.
Because I remember
okay.
on the original bottle, it said not for pregnant women.
Yeah, that one still says it, that one still
but
says
it
it.
was in small print.
Yeah, this one's been sorted out
Yeah,
properly
but
now.
if you want to have a lovely bit of chicken and a fiery bit of chicken, use this. And also, if you want an abortion,
If you guys wanted to try it,
Oh,
Try this one.
wow.
This
And
is.
then-
Let me. I want to read.
just to bring it back to tradition, is a Highland bottle
thank
for you
you.
guys.
Oh my goodness, legendary. Ice cold.
Ice cold.
Oh my goodness.
Ice
I
cold.
went,
You
bro.
guys.
I'm so high. I went to drink now. I went to drink my microphone.
What a
to you guys
level
and
up,
that.
man. Now this is a good. I feel like pregnant women, if they were to drink this, and they
Not
were
drink it, dip it.
dip it, and there were birth defects, I think it's on them because
Yeah,
this
it's
is
nice
big
on them.
enough.
I've given them warnings already. And,
That is a good advert for your hot sauce if it makes a child look like Chernobyl after her pregnancy. That is some spicy hot sauce.
but yeah, these are.
Were you in a radiation zone? Nah, I tried to start a fire, Def Jam, and little Timmy was born without half his skull.
That's how it is, mate. That's how it is.
Which one would you recommend if I wanted to have a little dip?
I'd say go for the hot jam.
I'm gonna go
Hot
for
jam
hot
is the most loved. So
We'll pay you for these bottles as well.
you're damn right you will. You know the show's doing well. Find out you know it's got people paying for your show now.
No, we do. So I guess you're our first advertiser. We do have our second advertiser of today. And I want to give a massive shout out. I did the Mild High Club the other week.
Okay,
It was a lot of
what's
fun.
that?
It's a podcast.
Okay.
Oh, I
Dean
thought you
Coughlin
actually
and
did
Emily
the Mild High Club. I was like, well done, bro.
no,
I ain't done that yet.
no, I'm very boring. And
Open it for you.
Please.
my girlfriend once asked to do that on a plane, and I went absolutely fucking not.
Where was the plane to?
Give it a shake.
I don't
yeah,
know.
give it a shake
It was
first.
to somewhere, and Darcy was like, "Oh, should we go join the Mild High Club?" And I was like, "Listen, I am finding out what happens in Kung Fu Panda.
Right.
Nothing is interrupting this." And by God, did I make a better decision because it's a riveting film.
Can you imagine what actually happens if you get caught having sex on a plane?
They crashed the plane.
Oh, this is just straight. That's the law.
Punishment for everyone.
Nothing happens, mate.
I'm trying to try this hot.
So this is. I'm trying to do an advert.
Sorry.
So then the Green Angel, who sent me a lot of sweets and goodies and edibles, things like that. And I just want to say, like, Abs has upped his game, and these are the gold standards. This has come with, like, look, there's a little.
What are you selling? What is this?
All right, I ain't gonna lie. We've been advertised by. Our advertiser's a drug dealer.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
That's what
I've got the blue cheese hat on. I've got the blue cheese hat on, mate.
You're beating around the bush. We're
Our
selling.
first advertisement is we are literally.
This is
selling
illegal.
weed.
This is illegal. When you're selling
I'm absolutely not.
My first festival booking is a cannabis festival in August, so
Where at?
Warwickshire.
Don't
That's
say
not legal.
No, it's legal. It's legal.
How?
Cannabis and CBD festival. It's a legal one. It's been going on for a few years.
All right, this is CBD as well.
Okay.
I mean, it's not.
What
But
is a CBD scratch card? What the fuck are you
no,
holding,
so look,
man?
this is
What
like
is
this gives you like the amount you're meant to take on your first time if you're more experienced.
How much have you taken?
I've had a little smoke today and had a bit of an edible, but I didn't know it was.
So you're fucked.
I didn't know it was Abs's birthday, so I brought him a lollipop from it.
Bro,
That's our strongest part.
Nice.
What do I get?
You know me so well.
Here's your half of the payment.
They give you packs as well, yeah?
Wait, how did you negotiate this instead of money? You don't watch business.
Hey, Elliot cannot do finances again. Oh my day.
Yeah, no.
This is a little finite money.
Yeah, I sent 15% to my agent.
If you sell that, you can get a bit more for it.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Yeah, bro, it's good deal. So I don't take a whole one of them, whatever you do.
it's one of the pyramid schemes, isn't it?
What's Coca-Cola on the back?
Because it tastes like it's Coca-Cola flavoured.
What is it, gummies or?
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's
they're
edible.
going to lick you off, bro.
Yeah, might go and take one.
No,
See
I'm
what
not taking one. I
happens.
got a preview
Just
later.
nibble at one and see what happens.
Oh, you might as well. You might as well all do it right now.
Yeah, go on, Mike.
We all
Should we-
nibble
I'm
right now.
working later.
We do it.
Where are you working?
I'm doing a preview a whole hour
Yeah, for what?
for my life.
It'll be gone by then.
Bro, what? Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
we
be
go
fine.
by then.
Nah,
That's
I mean,
it.
so you'll be gone by
I'll
then.
be good.
What are you working towards?
In life, to just have
No,
another hour.
not in life. The hour. Oh, we know what you're working towards in life. To have a scotch at a bar and look mysterious.
Yeah, well, a jazz bar. That's a dream, innit? No, you guys get high. I'll get high
Nah,
later.
I'm not going to do it by myself.
You do
I'll
it
do a
Elliot,
little bit.
because Elliot is very fucking high.
Because
already.
I'm not drinking today. I don't want to drink for my birthday. I just want to.
You want to get high?
I don't mind getting high.
Yeah.
Because we're eating later on.
Lucas,
So
what's the
you go to
laws?
eat.
Are we allowed to openly drug deal on the
Nah, I
podcast?
don't think you can.
I guess not, but
We're not drug dealing. We're telling them where to.
No,
Yeah, you
wait,
didn't-
wait.
you didn't
we-
buy them.
wait,
They
he
were a
is-
gift.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Hold on. It's CBD.
yeah,
This is a parody.
Like an SNL.
This is parody law.
This is a
We've
bit.
made all of this up. But if you would like to find out more, follow the Green Angel and see what happens. And
Actually, unbelievable.
I look forward to doing the benefit to raise money for the bail.
Actually, listen, any
We're gonna be
drug
taking off all
dealers that
major
listen to
platforms.
this, any drug dealers that
Gonna
listen to
be
this
on pirate
podcast,
radio.
I did not think this through.
Wait, listen, I love it. Any other drug dealers that want to get their stuff promoted, give Elliot a shout. He takes payment in drugs.
I'll sell cocaine if you send me some.
Wait, but you were doing a Mile High. Isn't that a drug podcast then?
Yeah, but I don't know if they actively go like we're doing. I don't know.
You
They
need
seem-
sponsor?
to get me on that.
Yeah. The Green Angel.
You need to get me on that.
She sponsors a lot of podcasts. And no, it's generally fantastic. And
How much?
This is the future right here. Like, look, there's just like how long it takes to kick in, all of this stuff. So you don't have to go like. So, no,
What's
so you
going
don't-
on?
No,
What the
listen
fuck's
to me, bro. I'm
happening?
advertising, bro. This is advertising. So you don't
It's drugs,
when you're buying weed, you don't have to call up Abs and hear him lie that it's Cali.
Listen, blue cheese hat, yeah. I got the blue cheese sponsor. I get sponsored by blue cheese, so you know what I'm saying.
Abs meets you and there's a massive twig.
Listen, my shit's on point. Yeah.
When did you start smoking weed and that?
I allegedly started smoking weed.
That allegedly is far gone.
We're shooting this in Amsterdam, by the way, so this is alright. We can do this. We can do this. I've started when I was 15. No, sorry. Just after I failed my GCSEs, I was like, all right, well, I don't need that anymore. Let me start smoking. Started smoking.
Oh, so you just immediately gave up on life?
Yeah. Once I got my GCSEs, I was like, oh, my mum don't care about me no more.
They got
Say no more.
retakes, bro.
I was
They
like,
got-
nah,
they couldn't
no. There's no retakes.
B-Tech, you know,
So,
something,
yeah, I ended up, and then for 2 years, from 15 to 17, I was smoking, but I wasn't inhaling. And I didn't know I was doing it wrong.
Yeah,
So
I
for 2
used to do
years, I'm
that.
picking up weed with all my friends. You know, you get like a 10 bag amongst 20 man, and everyone just takes one toke each. I was doing that for 2 years straight and not hitting. It wasn't going in once.
So
And I
you
didn't
never felt
realise-
high?
I didn't realize, yeah.
Right.
And I thought I was immune to it, and man them thought I was immune. And then when I was 17, I like took a toke with my friends, and one of my mates punched me in my chest as I took the toke, and then I took it in, and I was like, oh,
This is.
that's how you smoke.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much weed did you waste in that 2 year period?
A lot of
A
weed.
lot of fucking
But
weed.
it's a lot of group weed.
Yeah.
So everyone puts in £2 here and there.
They
Now
put-
I'm a grown man, I can buy my own weed. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to share.
I
with
remember
no one.
those days where like 5 of you after 6
Yeah,
form.
get a blue in
Get
that.
a blue,
You know what I'm saying?
the £5 bag.
Yeah, exactly. So
I used to buy weed off one of Crep's youngest.
Really?
Yeah, in Thornton
there you
Heath.
go. A bit
Do you
of
ever see-
snitching for the podcast.
Yeah, that
and
was just just
Wipes away
blatant.
the Eminem story.
Oh my God! There's a guy who's literally gone on rap songs and still talked about all of this stuff. Going to be in trouble because I mentioned it on this podcast.
Did you
Potentially.
hear someone try to
I
get at
said
me
you
as
get
well
one
on the
of his
podcast?
youngest.
Someone in the comments was like, "Oh, this guy's snitching." was like, oh, shut
Yeah,
up.
an Eminem well.
Yeah, and he wrote back, he's like, this guy's a snitch. He's snitching himself. And I wrote, shut up. And he
Ignore-
wrote back, sorry.
Ignore the comments, bro. Never
No, it's
never
funny.
get
No,
involved
no,
with
no.
comments. Unless you got
I
something
never do,
to
I never
say.
do. No, but I love a little banter with people, do you know what I'm saying? I like when people try and throw something down. Like, it's just,
You love a bit
just
of
for
that
fun.
too, you know.
Just for fun.
I use it completely for self-promotion and attention. Like, I know what I'm doing with it. And one day I'm going to fall on, you know, someone's going to get me good. Someone's going to fucking do me nicely.
You came off the S Club 7, man.
Oh, S 6, that one.
Yeah, that one there.
I bought my heart, you know, there, bro. Because Bradley's my boy. No, I'm joking. No.
It's not anymore,
I
is
used
he?
to be in love with. What's the?
Oh, it was Rachel.
What's her name again?
Was there one that went in the
With the
Big
red-
Brother
with the
house? She was
blondish,
racist.
Dark hair. She was
That's
the
Jake
fight.
Goody.
It might have been. What's her name?
Nah,
Did you
but
say
the
her
one
name
who was part of the group.
Rachel. I think it's Rachel.
Nah,
that I was in love with.
Rachel was kind of like brunette.
But not
red-
fully. A bit of both. A bit of blonde in it, right?
But yeah, and
Yeah, I
then
think that was the one I was into.
and then there was Michelle.
Yeah, not Michelle. No, she's blonde hair, wasn't it?
Nah, was that blonde haired one? What was the dark haired one? Can you Google the?
Can you
S
sort us
Club
out
7?
someone? I'm trying to find out who I was.
But look, one of the guys is dead.
Bro, do you know?
And
Do you
you
know?
just went and
Oh
went
no!
too far
Do
with
you know
it,
what?
or-
Yeah, it was. Do you know what? Do you know what?
S
Was,
Club 6.
do you know what was mad? Right?
What?
It's like a friend, a comedian friend of ours, passed away the other day. Right? I was sad about it, and I wanted to go write like a new guy who was very nice. And then I remembered my last tweet was the S Club 6 tweet. So I was like, well, I can't fucking post anything.
You gotta hold that.
And then one person like brought that up, like about me and a couple other comics, going, "Oh, these people did S Club. Are they going to make a joke about that?" And I was kind of like, "Fuck you," because if I know a comedian, which Gareth fucking was to his core, like he would want jokes about it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, if you died, this podcast would go ahead.
I'll replace him.
Bro, 100, yeah,
We
without
gotta get this money, bro.
Would
We gotta get
you
this money.
even address it? It's like,
I'd come to your mum, yo, give me those edibles back.
My name is similar to his name, so it's African. It's good enough.
Oh, it better not be a funny episode if I die. The post me
It'll be a
died.
sick episode.
Oh my God. The Mike Memorial episode.
Oh, you died. That would be hilarious, though. That would just be a roast.
Oh my God, my
Get
death.
Jeff Innocent in, innit? We need someone.
Yeah, I think, Jacob Hawley, you could probably just
Yeah, I
throw
remember
him in.
you.
Me and him are pretty interchangeable.
Tom Lucy.
Oh, fuck off. Right, get the fuck out of here.
It's young white
Getting,
demographic.
what, you want this on the podcast? Get the fuck out of here.
Why you sound like you're from Coronation
Bro,
Street?
shut up, bro. You're not
Are you
getting...
gonna have a look?
Yeah, I had one. It was nice.
Also,
It's you that hasn't had it.
It's he's on
Yeah,
private
also.
parts and all that. You're gonna have private. You can't replace me with privately educated people. You could get another nepo
Don't
baby.
put that
on.
back in there, boy. Give it to them next.
You are fucking
an animal.
on one today.
Joking, I got idea.
This is the most vibe podcast we've ever done.
But how you feeling, man? How old are you
I'm all
now?
good. I'm 32.
32.
Look at the hairline. You know, you can sit. Go on, do what you're doing quickly. You know what's annoying with this year is that you never know when to stop washing your face. Yeah, but like, literally, I'll be washing my face and I'm just in there. I'm like, you know what? You know what? Before you know it, I'm the whole body. I'm like, oh.
You're meant to wash your whole
literally-
body.
No, but I'm in the sink. I'm in the
That
sink. My whole body. I'm like, you know, I'm here now. Fuck it. And it's all face wash, so it's crazy.
What lessons can you give us from your early 30s, bro?
If you ain't had a baby yet, good on ya. Trying to do the sauce on that. Give me a second. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So it's annoying when the podcast interrupts you eating some
I
chicken.
know, I'm just sweating for these guys, isn't it? They make the sound perfect for me, innit? You lot can give me a deeper voice on that, so I'm gonna give you lot loads of sauce. Give me like a Giggs voice if you can.
You don't have a baby yet?
No, I don't. Do you know what, yeah? Oh, you lot are making me go into it. I can't have kids, innit? I found out 2 years ago, I can't have kids, fortunately. So I had to kind of deal with that.
What was that like to deal with?
That was hard, man. You're not gonna make it into a deep episode, no.
we always get a bit deep here.
Yeah, no, it was.
If you don't want to talk about it, say you don't have to talk about
I
it.
mean, you know what it is, yeah? It's a crazy journey. It's a crazy ass journey. I'll be honest with you. It probably does deserve to be out there eventually, but yeah, I found out when I was 28 that there was something wrong. Something that should have been seen when I was a baby, but I just never really noticed it. And then yeah, 28, 29, kind of found out that I have to have an operation and that. Yeah, like the operation was to like stop it from forming into like cancer and testicular cancer and that. Yeah, and then obviously 29, that's when they told me like you probably not. I say 30, they told me you're not gonna be able to have kids. And then yeah, 31 had the operation and that. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for the support of my friends and that were next to me, that were like always beside me and that, Yeah, it was mad. It was depressing, as you can imagine. Because the thing is, especially if you're growing up in like a bad home, yeah. Like I had my parents, my dad wasn't there. My mum was, abusive, whatever. So it was really tough. So like as you're growing, you tell yourself, I'm never gonna be that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the best parents that I can ever be in it. So to then find out you can't actually have kids, it's a huge bummer, isn't it? It's like,
So that's something you wanted even from as a young man.
yeah, but not now. I just wanted it eventually, and then I want to provide that best, that beautiful home for that, that dream, all that stuff. So I was literally there, and then to find out that I couldn't have it, I went into a deep depression. That probably for that whole year, from 31 to about 32, I probably fell into the hardest depression. And then, I mean, even like as far as going to fucking suicide as well, bro. Like I know it's normal now, but it's not like. But then I tried to do it. I tried to like fully end it because I was just so depressed, and I was like, bro, what do I do? Like, how do you even talk to someone? Because you're a male, people expect you to kind of like hold it to yourself or whatever. So I was dealing with all of that. It was mad hard in that, I'll be honest, it was so tough. But my friends helped me get through it and that. And then I kind of like started to realize that there's things like adoption and things like that. You know what I'm saying? There's other opportunities. Like there are many kids within the system that need to be loved. You know what I'm saying? That are within the system, that are waiting, that people gave birth to them but never took care of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether it's drug or, I can't talk about what the parent is, but, that child needs to be loved, innit? So it's like, well, maybe, I'm not religious, but I just believe maybe God was like, this is a different path for you. You can still love a child like he's your own and that, but you just got maybe do it this way, innit? So you know what I'm saying?
So now that you're going to be able to pick, what race you're going to go for?
What's the new Chinese? No, sorry,
We've got a new producer in the podcast. Welcome to B-Tech, bro.
Baby. And then he keeps looking at me and I'm thinking, you know what, yeah? You could be a good looking child, you know?
How do we get from heartfelt to racist so quick? That transition was smooth.
Whatever child I get, yeah, he better get likes on Instagram, innit? That's what I'm saying. Fucking sick of those. You put a kid picture up and you don't get no likes. Like,
Well, yeah, because it has to be your kid. You can't just put a random child.
Oh yeah, no, that too. Probably has to be yours as well. Do you know what it is? I always got Asda and take pictures of the kids. So they're trendy in that. And I use it at work, innit? Can't stay over, guys. Gotta go. Got a Chinese kid waiting for me.
Everyone's next day coming in like, yo, you can't work here anymore, bro. What the fuck was that you showed yesterday?
Chinese kid is my kids.
But that must have been like...
Yeah, no, it was tough.
When you go through something like that and you come out the other side, if you are the other side, do you feel like there's almost like a... Because I sometimes feel whenever I go through things, so not to the same extent, but I got hitting the ball so bad in summer and left it long that I nearly lost a testicle. Yeah. What the fuck? I didn't laugh at yours.
I've lost mine though.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
I've got a fake one right now. I've got a fake one. It's the size of a mouse ball. Do you know what it was? They said to me, do you want it? And I was like, yo, I can't roll with one. It's not going to happen. I need another one. I need a replacement. And they were like, all right. And I said, describe it to me. I said, describe it to me. How does the ball look in it? And she was describing it to me. She was like, it's like a mouse ball, a bit bigger. And I was like, all right, like a walnut. She was like, it's big. I was like, all right, let's do it. And literally right now, it's in there. There was a fake one in there. And I'm thinking of doing like a party trick sort of thing, like get out.
Don't do that.
Get out to the pubs, innit? Bring out. Get free drinks, innit?
Every woman there's gonna ask for Angela.
No, yeah, Angela's my nut. Listen, I can put the ball on the table and be like, guys, like £50, I hammer my balls right now. I guarantee I will pass out. And I know guys that will watch me hammer my balls will pass out.
Is there like a zip? How would you access it? How do you access your ball?
No, they operate it into me, innit?
Yeah,
like,
but how would you pull it out on just?
No, it's like hanging. There's normal balls, like you guys. You know,
but you said you're gonna pull it out.
Yeah, but if I just pull them up here.
Oh, like you're gonna pull the sack.
The sack out and it'll just be,
Yeah, but you could miss and hit your bill ball.
Now the other one, it will rest to the side, isn't it?
You
it's kind of watching.
This is a well thought through plan.
The other one's watching, isn't it? The big one.
Every issue I had, he found the answer.
The worst thing is the new ball is bigger than the first one.
It's bulletproof.
The first ball is bigger than the first one, so it's a bit annoying. It's like, well, it's this new guy in the game, and he's bigger.
That happened with my right one used to hang lower. And what happened? I had to remove a bit of it because it exploded.
So you both have one good testicle between you.
I have one and 3/4.
I had one. I had an undescended testicle.
Oh, stop trying to get involved,
Between us, we've got six good balls between us.
Are you normal?
Yeah, all my balls are good.
Okay, good.
You ain't gonna be my son.
Get the fuck out of this studio.
Do you know what's mad? This is what I'm saying. Like, this is exactly it. You see,
There's
when you talk
4
about
good balls out of 20 in this room. That's crazy.
This is the thing. thing, right? The
what?
power of talking.
6. We've got 6
There's
balls
six-
in the
one,
studio.
two,
6
three,
walking
four,
balls.
5.
Yeah. Do you think everyone has 4 testicles?
Me and Abs have both got 1.
No, but 4
1 and a
times
half.
5 is
I got a
20.
fake one.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you have 2. You have 2 ball bags.
Because it's so weird.
Just wait a
This is the
second.
weirdest group ever.
He look. There was 5
but-
people.
My testicle and his testicles are good.
Yeah, so that's 4.
That's
But
4
out
Out of
5.
20.
But it's not 20.
37.
It's out of 10. You don't. That would require us to have 4 nut sacks each.
Wait, 2, 4, 6.
So why did you not? Why did you? This guy
like
went to private school for a couple of years.
That's why he denounced the Highlands. Oh! You probably got proper containers at home.
This is like a maths
actual
question. Like, if
Tupperware.
Abs has 1 fake ball, then how many?
How many girls did it take to make me come? I can't come. Sorry, guys. It's, when I'm not in it, I just go. I make a lot of noise in it, so they all look down. That's their way enough. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But this is what I'm saying. This is the power of talking. I didn't know he was missing one. I didn't know you was dodgy too. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I feel normal now. In fact, I got one up on you guys because I got a fake one. So if we was to count them just from like just doing that, like I got 1, 2. You're like.
Have you got that gnarly? I got a gnarly scar on mine.
Yeah, I got one up here.
Yeah, I got
Stitches
one
up here.
on my-
It's
so
still
that-
quite numb as well, you know. Even though year 1 is still quite numb.
They had to go through my nutsack.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mad.
Yeah, and then like the recovery's fucking awful, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, did you wear a dog strap?
Yeah. Bro, so
I
you
know
get
as well.
That is
I
the
know as
worst, bro. That is the worst.
Were you on codeine?
Crazy medication.
So I
Yeah,
was
so
on-
my girl had to help me, my boys had to help me.
So I was on this medication, right? And they go, so what happens is they go, you got to take the antibiotics. Like
yeah.
you have to take
Yeah,
them.
you have to.
And then they're like, so you got this scar in your nuts. It's like hanging through this jock strap there. They then give you the codeine to help with the pain, but codeine makes you not be able to shit. So you need to take. So you need to take laxative. But your scar is right near your asshole. So whenever you go for a shit, you have to like precariously.
No, my scar's here. My scar's up
Oh
here.
right.
It's up
Oh
here.
really? Mine's right on my
no,
nutsack.
no,
Mine's on my nutsack as well, yeah.
So you
That's
have
mad.
to. So after a few days, I was like, I'm not taking the codeine anymore because it was fucking me up, giving me piles,
Yeah.
giving me this. Bro, when the pain kicked in,
Savage.
have you ever heard of like a false limb? Like someone who gets limb
Yeah.
removed, they sometimes feel it. I swear I had false testicle. I could feel a bit of the testicle even though it weren't there. And so I just one night I was like to my girlfriend like, I was going to Darcy, gotta get the codeine right now, and I just took 2. I was just like, fuck, like it was. I could feel like where they'd sliced
Yeah.
into my
Do
nuts.
you still have any pills left, codeine?
Yeah, I got a couple actually. I got off them quite quickly.
You do the purple stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro,
Oh, come on, man.
I was such an idiot when I was younger. I went
What
on.
I got?
I went on an.
So what?
Gives you a mad now. I'm joking. I'm like,
I went
crazy
on.
kick.
I went on a night out where we all did MDMA and codeine, and it was just fucking 2 counterproductive drugs. And you know, when you're like 19, you don't really know what the fuck you're doing. And it was just. I look back at that time of my life, and I'm like, you fucking. That's why we need like. Exactly things like this, the Green Angel, legislation on drugs that comes through with things that tells you what the fuck you're doing and it's trustworthy. Hit her up on Telegram.
How often do you have to promote it? Every 30 minutes?
I'm just going to promote it when I can.
Well, have any of you
No,
had a bad
but
trip?
if you saw the amount she sent me, you wouldn't be happy with your cut.
Have you guys?
I saw the Instagram pic. You picked up a bag and you put this and a leaflet. I was like,
I know what you're like.
He got a
though,
box.
bro.
He got a tub. He got a box.
Yeah,
of things.
he got a
He's like,
box.
let me give this to
Bad.
Michael, and this is for me.
Yeah, I've had a couple bad trips. I did
Is there one famous one that you know that you?
I did acid, and shout out Ari Shafir because he shouted me out on his podcast the other day.
Oh, I thought he was the dealer. Sorry.
No, Ari Shafir. Yeah, so I was in Edinburgh, and on the last night, just second to last night, so before my last show, Daniel Sauce comes up to me. He's like, I've just taken acid. I'm like, all right, fuck it. He's like, if you're on it, I'm on it. So I'm like, who'd you get it from? Ari Shafir. I've been hanging out with Ari a little bit. So I went up to Ari and was like, hey man, do you mind if I buy some? And Ari's cool. He's like, I'm not going to sell you any.
Yeah.
If you want a tab, have a fucking tab.
Of acid?
Of acid.
Okay, yeah.
So I take this thing, yeah, smoke some weed with Ari, and my night just went. And like, yeah, no, it was rough. I wasn't all right after it for a little bit. Actually, it proper shook me. And
Shook you out?
I was just at that age, at that festival, it brought up a lot of insecurities that I have, and probably Also, because my Fringe show was on sale now, Love and Hate Speech, get tickets. Because I'm working the way I work towards the Fringe now, the way I write up a show, the hours I put in, I feel very confident going this year. Back then, I had a lot of hubris and didn't really understand what I was doing, which is part of the creative process. Is there's no formula for it. It's just you kind of learn. And I was naturally gifted, but not very hardworking, which was very fair to say. And so yeah, I kind of like, I wouldn't say half-arsed it, but I didn't put in the effort that I realized you have to put in. Now, having done shows where I have put the effort in, and this show this year that's looking fucking so sick. Like, I've got the bits that haven't been working and started doing them in my club set to get them working, to just bomb for a little bit and then punch them up. And now, like, I can do any bit on my show. Like, this bit's where I talk about my fucking, like sort of like a family member killing themselves and stuff, and I can fucking make it funny in a club set, which is what I don't like. I get your. I don't want sympathy.
Yeah, no, of course.
I do not want sympathy in my show whatsoever.
You find the funny in it.
Yeah,
you want everyone to be like, well, I laugh at my pain, but it's all good. Like,
yeah, because that's what I love about you. Yeah, it's like I have the same thing. Like, I don't really like being hugged.
Yeah.
I don't really like that because like my mum was a bit abusive growing up or something.
Yeah.
She's got she's got a borderline personality disorder. You know, she tried her hardest, but I hate it when people. I don't like the hugs and that, but dark humor is what gets me through shit. Like, and then when I see people cunt it off and be like, "You're being offensive," it's like, "Well, move your fucking pussy." Like, this is my therapy. This is how I cope with it.
Exactly.
So let me cope with it my way.
When the doctor told me what was going on, the first time I heard it, I was laughing. That doesn't mean I'm great. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I'm messed up in my head.
Yeah.
But this is how I deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to deal with it.
Yeah.
The crying or whatever. That's done, innit? That's when I was a kid. I'm literally just gonna laugh it off now and be like, man, this is messed up. Like, again, here we go again, God. You're messing me up again.
Did your boys ever make any jokes that were like, it's too soon?
No.
Soon.
You know what is, yeah? So this is actually a true story. So I got some of the greatest friends ever. Lovely people. They saw the way the way I handled it, and they saw that I was obviously having trouble dealing with it. To this day, they've never made a joke. But one friend, who we're not friends anymore, tried to make a joke about it while he was drunk, and he felt like he could. The thing is, we know that this is a no-go area because, like, in terms of my closest friends, it's a no-go area because I'm still dealing with it. Do you know what I'm saying? But this person thought that they could talk about it, and the way they did it in front of an audience. Do you know what I'm saying? In front of other people and that. So I literally just told him, like, you know what, our friendship's starting it. Like, you constantly, you know, I'd never, because I know that something bad happened to him, and I saw the way it made him feel. I'd never make a joke about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My friends now, they can make jokes about it if they wanted to, but they just don't want to. There's other things we make jokes about. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm getting bored. I'm fucking got a belly and all these. You can talk whatever you want. Why you got to choose that for? Why is that on your head? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, obviously I've just dealt with it. So it's like, you know, like when someone says like, someone's mum passed away and that, by accident you say your mum. But just like,
there's no worse moment, is there?
And you feel it, you're like, oh my days, I'm so sorry, non-stop. And they're like, no, it's fine. You're like, no, I'm really, because they just understand how sorry you are. And obviously you understand that that's a no-go. That's what it should be for like certain topics around, you know, amongst your friends and that. It should be like, oh, that's a no-go area.
Do you pay attention to that, like the things your friends choose to joke about?
No, I don't, you know. Do you know what it is, yeah? Because they know what I'm like anyways. To be honest with you, if they did make a bull joke or something, yeah, but I probably wouldn't even take it that hard, yeah. It's just I feel like, it's just like, if they made a bull joke, probably wouldn't even bother me as much, yeah. It wouldn't bother me, sorry, because it's like we're all laughing, but I feel like some people you can tell when they're doing it through hate. And there's a bit of hate in there, do you know what I'm saying? And I felt it with that, and I was like, it's a no-no, innit? Like, but all my other friends, I'll make bands with them, but there's just some things that we just don't talk about. Do you know, it's a natural thing, innit? Like,
yeah. My mates, within seconds of me telling the group chat, were sending in space hoppers exploding videos.
I didn't say no group chat though, but I said it one by one. I took a guy aside one by one and was like, listen, my balls ain't working. You better shut the fuck up, yeah? We're making jokes about my nuts. And it's crazy because, like, you know, like back in the days, little things like, people just told me to balls it, like weird and that, and I never understood what that meant. And now I get it. I'm like, oh, so there used to be loads of balls. Like your thing used to hang and you could just somehow, like a camel, like a kangaroo.
Yeah, you just put it in
I never had that. So when they say
douche.
balls it, I remember one time I got stopped in it and I felt the weed going down my trousers, like falling down, and it just stopped to my leg. And I'm just there, like, just staying as still as possible. Oh, sorry, I'm staying as still as possible with the feds, like, thinking, oh my days, I wish my balls were, you know,
there's
like kangaroo sacks, so I can fucking put them away properly.
Fucking, I had that one time. We got caught smoking weed in Crystal Palace Park, and like a full bully van
Yeah,
of cops came, right? And we start running. And my mate, I won't say his name, my mate had the spliff, and I was quicker than him, but our other friend was a lot quicker than us. So I was like, you know what? Because he's got the spliff and the weed, I'll stop. They'll take me. He can run off with the weed because we're all like 17 as well.
That's honourable.
So you'll get yacht meeting.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're 18, it's like they'll just take the weed off you. Gives a shit. I stop and realise I have the weed, so I threw it under this car in Crystal Palace car park. Right. They stood there. They took my grinder off me. I think I told this before. They were like, they took my grinder. They were like, "What's this for?" I was like, "I'm at Chef College, innit?"
Little herbs and that.
Herbs and that. They were like, so you could get another one, innit? Which is totally illegal. I can go, no, give me that back. You can't take my stuff. I was like, yeah, fine, whatever. They stood there. They took me in a thing. Didn't strip search me, but like shoes off, pockets off, everything. It threatened me with a strip search. But I was going like, but you haven't found anything, so you can't. There's no. So as that's going on, the guy whose car it is that the weed's under comes and gets in his car and drives off. So now I'm stood there and there's a bag of weed on the floor and another cop car shows up. There's now like 9 police officers stood round doing
nothing.
Fuck all.
Nothing, yeah.
Like, because a teenager was smoking a spliff
and
then they leave and I picked up the weed. I've never told my mates.
They're losers, man. Michael, have you done anything illegal, bro? Because you're just bare quiet now.
Nah, you know, I'm not really.
Imagine Michael just admitted to 7 murders.
Michael's an informant.
Yeah, I'm writing all this shit down, bro. But nah, man, I've never really been caught
No
with
bad
nothing,
trips.
man.
You never had no bad trips.
Do you know what? It's whenever I do, I'm scared of this stuff because this high here from the edibles,
Let's do it then.
it feels a lot more undoable.
Why don't we all take a little
If we're
bit?
here for 2 hours.
Yeah, we might as well take a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then we're gonna move over to the Patreon in a bit anyway, and people could sign up to the Patreon to see.
How much are these patrons paying? How much they pay? How much you guys owe me? What's the percentage I get?
What do you mean owe you? What do you mean owe you?
Let's try and brand these as much as we can. Try and get money's worth out of this.
Our Patreons, we just charge £3.50 a month.
Okay. What's that, like on YouTube? Or?
Yeah, bonus episode.
Patreon.
They get audio bonus episodes, sometimes early access. We've been a little bit, because I've been all over the place recently.
Terrible.
We've just been a little, it's like, we haven't been as, do you know, we always get our stuff up.
Yeah.
It's just like a matter of, it's not just been us, it's been like the venue's been moving and all of that.
Yeah.
So I do apologise for that recently while we're trying to advertise our Patreon. It's amazing. I can advertise everyone else's things, and then when it comes to mine, I'm like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Should we do a little bit?
Nah. I'm staying out. I'm staying out.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about the Patreon. Oh yeah, go let's do it, bro.
Do we have a little bit, mate?
Birthday show,
I'll
let's get it
watch you guys.
started.
Someone's got to be man in the ship.
Well, ain't they watching us enough?
Yeah, bro.
I'll keep us on course.
Did you guys get the little bites, yeah? You guys enjoy your chicken bites, yeah?
Yeah, they were nice, man.
That hot sauce is really nice.
You should do like a little
Cookery
YouTube show.
Yeah, we're doing that
Like a Hot
actually.
Ones
So I've been saving up
rip-off.
for an iPhone 13 Pro. It's fucking the hardest thing to do.
Wait, what iPhone you have now?
2 iPhone. I don't have no iPhone whatsoever.
What phone you got?
Oh, it's a mid-range Samsung. You know,
Let me see,
when you
let me
get
see.
tricked to buy 4 cameras, you're like, oh, 4 cameras, and you find that only 1 camera works.
Yeah.
Because I believe you can do anything with anything.
No, you can't. It's really bad.
No,
really
this is
bad.
terrible, actually. Yeah, you're
Really
right,
bad,
man.
really
It's not
bad.
good.
I mean, you guys only buy me a phone.
I don't know how to
like,
open these.
next show or something. Like a Patron show.
No, because you got
Oh,
to
yeah,
reseal
that's
them.
that's
bad.
not the best.
It's not bad. I have to go to my mate's house, and then he's got iPhone 13. He just takes it.
Yeah, so what's your plan? Do you have a
So I'm saving up for 2 iPhone 13 Pros.
2?
Yeah, we need 2 for filming, and then yeah, I can't say too much about the cooking show. But it is
Doing like
it
a
is
sort of
in the
like Hot
works.
Ones type thing.
No, it's a bit different. But I'll once it started, I'll need guests, so we'll get you guys to come
definitely.
Yeah,
on.
we'll come on.
Yeah,
for
we'll
sure,
get you
man.
guys come on the show
We'll
and that.
promote that, of course.
Because you guys owe me now.
Yeah, no, we do. Every time. I think we can also say.
Every time you get someone in your podcast, you owe them a podcast. You know
I
that,
also
right?
think we won't be having OG Dom back on the podcast after we've had an episode just selling weed.
Yeah.
Who's OG Dom? Is that the Fed?
Yeah. Nah, he's a seasick guy.
With the
man.
dreads, I saw him. I think I saw like a bit of his clips, but
You got any boys in the feds?
in the neck,
Yeah.
Sorry, no, I don't have anyone in prison. I absolutely hate police.
Really?
You don't have any police officers?
No, so I did have. So imagine it's a true story, yeah. And to be honest, I can't say the whole story because the police have got a restraining order with me from them. I'm not even
police have got a
joking.
restraining
I'm
order?
not even joking.
That's
I'm not
ideal
even
if you're
joking.
doing
I'm not
the
even
legal stuff,
joking.
actually.
I'm being dead serious. I have a criminal
Police
record
have- yeah.
from the police back from 2 years ago when we got stopped and searched during lockdown and it went viral. Ended up protesting on my ones and that. And it got a bit out of hand or whatever.
On your ones?
Yeah, with
That's
the
just
megaphone
a
that it
man
popped off and that. Because I was dealing with a mad
shouting.
case, innit? I've already had mad cases with police. So one of my biggest cases when I was 17 was I got arrested for cycling too slow. It's a true story. It's a true story. It's a true story. It's a true. I'm not joking. This is on my file. I've got paperwork for it. I got knocked off the bicycle by a police car. It ran me off the road. Sorry. I was on the way. I was a receptionist at the time for a GP. Got hit off the car. Hit off the bicycle. Got arrested. Put in a cell. Got charged with racial aggravation, assault of an officer, obstructing the highway, and 9 months of my life, absolute mental. I ended up leaving my job because I kept finding out mad new information, and then 9 months later, I got found innocent. That everything was made up.
You get paid off?
No, because that's a new court case you got to do that you have to pay for. But 9 months of my life, I was on bail, going from court to court. They confiscated my phone, all these mad things that happened. So obviously dealing with all of that, and then to be found innocent, because I knew I was innocent. I knew I'd done nothing wrong. When they put the CCTV footage, when they started handing the footage, the police here, every footage was cut, but I didn't know that. So every footage was half the story. It didn't explain that they were fucking me up at the beginning. They didn't show that. Then my solicitor, I got a new solicitor. I fired the first one, got a new one. He came in. He worked all night. He phoned me at 1 a.m. and was like, Abs, you're not gonna believe what I found. And he came up with these 2 CCTV footages. One of them getting beat up at the bus stop, and the other one is where they're insulting
them
me.
getting beat up at the
They're
bus?
beating me up at the bus
Oh,
stop
right,
because they
okay.
said I assaulted them. But the whole time I'm calm. I'm even filming it, and they confiscated the phone, saying that it's for evidence, which is illegal. You can't confiscate it on the high street. And he beat me up on the street, punched up my legs and that everything. You can hear someone shouting that you can't do that. Beat me up, threw me in a van, and then in the police station, they insulted me at the time, and I didn't realize I'm so angry. They're throwing insults at me, and then I've ended up cussing one of them, and then they've charged me for racial aggravation.
What did you say?
I called him coconut. He's a mixed with this guy. Something along the lines of coconut or something like that. I don't know, bro. Who ties their Air Forces up that high, bro? Something like that. I don't know what it was, fam. It was something random,
You know what? That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I'm sure there's other things in there.
I thought it was KSI Part 2, maybe. We didn't know.
No. KSI, he knew what he was doing, bro. He knew what he was doing.
What do you make of that KSI thing?
To be honest with you, yeah, so
I just cut off your story, bro.
no, that's fine. That was that's one of the cases, and the other case was that was one of the big cases, and the other one was I forgot the other one. I think the other one was the restraining order, yeah, from they said that we harassed them, but we got stopped and searched twice within the space of 3 hours, and those videos went viral, and on the video the police are saying we stopped you because you're looking at us. That's what they said. You looked at us. And then the MP put it up, Labour MP put it up on Twitter and was like, I've looked at police many times. I've never had them stop me before. And before we knew it, these 2 videos of me and my mates getting, because I never had nothing on me and they roughed me up. These 2 videos of me getting of us getting harassed or whatever, ended up getting viral. So my page was at 500,000 views on one of the videos and the other one was about, I think 60,000.
Did you promote your hot sauce in the comments?
No, it was early before them times were. Trust me, I had to slap some hot sauce in his eyes, man. No, yeah. So now I ended up
Speaking
getting.
of pigs, what goes great with pork?
Yeah, no, it does. No.
are real brutality.
We don't call police pigs around here, but we don't do that. I have the highest respect for pigs, bro. I love pork so much. Let's call them slugs, because what are slugs? What are slugs? Who eats slugs? No one eats them.
I know, I know, speak to Dom and I know there's people in the police force who should not be in the police force.
not.
And also the other thing that I don't understand with them at the moment is I know so many people going through a thing with the police where there's a crime or something, or they've reported a crime because they've had something stolen, and they're literally like, here is all the stuff.
Yeah.
You just have to go around here and get my things back.
They don't care.
And they don't do it. They don't fucking do it.
They're lazy.
And you go, why is it now? It's getting to the point where you go, I understand why vigilante justice happens. Now, you're better off using vigilante justice where people carry it into their own hands, because no one. How many people are fucking carrying knives because they don't feel safe on the streets of London? Genuinely, I want to know. I'm not talking about gang members and people who are wanting. I'm saying, right, you live in somewhere like Brixton, you live in somewhere like Peckham's, or
It's changed a bit, but Brixton's probably still.
But bits of Brixton, fucking rough. I'm just saying, if you've got to walk through a bit, if you're a woman, or you have a right to wear a Canada Goose jacket or a nice watch, a nice watch, a nice phone. Why wouldn't you think to yourself, well, look, I know knife crime's high. I ain't been on the receiving end of it. some people just have that mentality.
Well,
Some
this country's kind of bad vibes as well. Like when someone gets their nice watch stolen or their nice bag stolen, it's always like, we shouldn't have been out with it anyway.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's like, why can't we enjoy our stuff?
that's
man?
why-
Put your hand in the safe. Leave your hand in the safe. innit?
That's why I always say, the thing about like a lot of the time the reason men victim blame towards women, which they shouldn't do. I'm not saying that this is correct.
Right,
A lot
be
of
careful,
time,
by the way.
no. It's because as a guy, you're always brought up. Say you walk through an alley, you get rushed, which has happened to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, well, why were you walking through that alley? You know better than
Get
that.
through the other side.
Go around the long way.
That's what they were saying when they were beating you up.
Literally, like, and then that's like a thing. So as a guy, you carry that mentality and you apply it everywhere else.
Yeah.
And because we raise men and women so differently, that we put so much responsibility on young men. Of like, well, if something goes wrong, it's your fault to go through and deal with it and all of that. And the way it should be is it should be the same way as women. Is it's like, that's a fucked up thing that happened to you, and it's not right that people behave like that. The people who behave like that are the ones who need to be held responsible, not the person who. No, don't. I'm saying there's a difference. I'm not trying to compare wearing a fucking 25 grand Rolex and walking through an estate in like Willesden Junction or something and going, I don't know if that's even a bad area. I just picked it.
I don't know.
But going through like Ladbroke Grove or something, and then you get robbed, I would be like, well.
No, Ladbroke Grove's nice, but I get what you mean. Like, if you're walking through a hood with a nice watch, it's like, well, you're kind of asking for it. But if you're walking through West End with a nice watch, it's like, why can't I walk with a nice watch in West End? Like, where's the proper security here?
And
the police ain't doing shit.
And let me just clarify. I'm not saying that like, well, she wore it, so she deserves, any attention that's given to just all of that. That's fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? But like, we've got to apply the same level of principles there to every crime and go like, well, it's the person that's happened to is a victim. They've had something done to them, and it should be resolved. And for some reason in this country, you're right, we've got this mentality of the minute someone starts doing well, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like,
Or we see someone with a Lamborghini, we're like, oh, I bet he's a cunt. Do you know what I'm saying?
I love it when I see
he might have
people-
been self-made, He might have made it from the ground up. He's instantly cussing him.
I love it when I see people in sports cars. I tell them to rev it and that.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit.
Mate, my sister, she got robbed in Clapham. She was getting a bag. She used to put her purse in her bag. Don't ask why. But she used to have a backpack on. Her bag was getting robbed at the bus stop, and everyone's watching. Everyone's watching the guy robbing her bag, and she had no clue. He's unzipped it, and when she's noticed, she's chased the guy in it, and ended up chasing him, and the guy got hit by a car in it, and then he got back up and carried on running in it.
Fair
Because
play.
he was hungry. He wanted it.
Yeah,
and then my
fair.
sister called the police, and the police said to her, "You better hope he don't come back and press charges on you." That's what they said to her. They didn't say to her, "We're gonna get your things. Are you okay? You're a woman. Do you need someone to call you?"
Yeah.
Do you want someone to come in and help? Nothing. It was, you better hope he don't come back and press charges on you.
That's the mad thing. Whenever I've had like an altercation with someone or something, it always kind of gets resolved because they go like, look, they're going to press charges, then you can press charges.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is just, if we just drop the whole thing, and they just say
That's
that as
such
a
a-
way
I've
not
heard
to-
that as well. That's such a
they're just
terrible way
they're
to deal
just
with policing,
Because I got in a...
Save me paperwork, basically.
I got in a thing one time where I battered this lad because he'd pushed this girl.
Allegedly, go on, yeah, go on.
Nah, I fucked him up.
Oh, right.
And there's no alleged about it. No. And he worked at my mum's school as well. It was all mad. And then my mum was telling me he got a bit handsy with one of the staff at the Christmas do. Yeah, so I was like...
So you came in like Superman.
No. It was after Palace and Liverpool drew 3-3 in that game where
So you
Palace came
already
back.
you
so
have
you
to
had a
be
good
angry.
mood.
You have to be angry.
Oh, no, I was in a good mood. I was
good mood,
walking
alright.
down Portland Road in South Norwood. I was with a girl. She like knew him. He was hammered. He was screaming her name in the street. We were walking on.
You sure
Go
it's him?
toward- but, bro, I'm telling you.
It was like a Liam Neeson situation.
No.
You know there's three Nathan films, right?
Bro,
There's three
what you
Nathan
think?
films,
I'm
right?
kidnapping a girl and he tries to come over and no. And he came over. And he was drunk, and I beat him up a little bit on Portland Road, just by the bridge. And then where he'd swung for me, she did that female thing where I appreciate it, but please don't do this, ladies, where she jumped in in a way. It's, do you know what I mean? Now I've got to swing my punches around this wall, but this guy's just throwing. And then she took one punch, I took 4, didn't make a big fucking deal about it. But then she started doing that, and I get it.
So you punched her. You punched her.
He's just here.
He punched her.
The woman you were trying to protect.
I didn't punch her. I didn't punch her. He came over and immediately started swinging and hit her.
Okay.
But like it glanced off her, so I've then like.
But you made an assist.
No.
You played in the through ball.
Punch his fist into her face, innit?
Just stop making out. She got punched. I was not involved in the punching of her. She didn't, it wasn't like, when I say punch, I'm not saying like Mike Tyson. It was just like he was doing that windmilling shit, right?
Yeah.
She then, when the police got involved, was like, I'm going to press charges against him. And the police were like, all right, if you press charges against him, he's going to press charges against him. So why don't you just not press the charges? And and her mum was like, yeah, it's fucked up, innit? So her mum was like, nah, fuck them both. Because her mum didn't know me. So her mum was like, nah, no, that's my daughter, which I get. I was like having to go, I don't think I'd have ever been charged with anything, but it could have been like ABH or something. And then it was just all, but I don't think it would have gone anywhere, because what happened afterwards was the police came and he was drunk and tried to fight the police. So the police were already on the like, well, this guy's a cunt. Yeah. He tried to fight, and let me just clarify, he was the fucking arsehole. Like, he was swinging on her, you know what I mean? Like, but it just, I could have, but that the same thing, like, it comes, I was defending me and her. So that's the thing with this country. If the police aren't going to offer a level of defence, if there isn't going to be any of that, but then it's not like America, where I know the gun laws are fucked up and stuff, but at least you have, I can defend my family. I have whereas this country, we have a stand your ground policy, but it's to do with an offensive weapon. So say someone breaks into your home, and you grab a machete by your bed and you kill them. You have to prove the machete.
It's just your regular bedroom.
Was just your regular bedroom to cut down the trees in your bedroom machete, because
my girl's got a bushy vagina.
Because then you've used
you've
used an offensive weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You've do you know what I mean? If your weapon is offensive,
Mate.
if your weapon is not woke,
I'm going down my girl. She's between the legs like the Amazon.
you keep making this about going down a bit.
Oh, it sounded about going down there. That's special now. In this whole room of like missing balls, I feel really perfect here with you guys. And
what if
got my future son staring at me.
What if
over
all
there
the
as well.
stab wounds in the back? Huh? If all the stab wounds in the back, are you gonna go down for that?
Yeah, you're going down for that. I think you have to face them as well. They can't even have their back to you.
I don't know about that, but like I know there was that guy, weren't there, who like came
But he's in
downstairs.
prison though, isn't he?
No, there was a guy who came downstairs, and it was when this country's at its fucking worst. Was that guy came downstairs, like an old guy, saw these two lads robbing his house, got in a fight with one of them, grabbed a screwdriver, stabbed one of them with a screwdriver, kills him. So then he gets arrested, which you fucking have to be if you've killed someone. Even if you're going to get, the police just have to, the police can't just, move the body and, oh, sorry about that, Fred, and carry on with the day, you know what I mean? So they then go, so everyone starts protesting that. The guy's family who's been killed. Now, fucking, if you're in a position where you have to burger people, you know what I mean? Come up.
How do you defend your sons, innit? They were such good-ish kids.
But his like daughter left a flower, like his like toddler of a daughter left some flowers by the house, and then some other people came and took the flowers because they were like, this guy doesn't deserve any.
Probably stolen
like,
flower.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
but is the flower stolen though? You can't even trust them little ones, They start young, boy. They start young, I'm telling you. Screw them. Nah, fuck that.
Flash text.
I don't know what it is about white people, but when we do scumbag, we fucking.
I love that word, by the way. I love that
Have
word.
you ever like just ventured out to one of those little bits outside of London, and it's just white?
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those white areas, and everyone's like grubby.
Yeah, like Raynham, innit? Raynham, and them areas there where...
Why are they sticky? It's like jam.
Why is your t-shirt dirty? It's Monday.
They're just little kids running around. They're all called things like Terry.
They got like bike oil on their face and they're like, what are you
Why
doing?
didn't
You
push
eat
chair
chain.
till 7 years old? Like, there's certain things.
They're all just like, just little. We don't half go for it.
Yeah, you make them good, man. White people, man.
White people,
There's some good white phrases. You know what the best white phrase is? She's got a face like a slapped ass. That's a brilliant phrase. I love that phrase.
But is that a compliment? I thought so.
You got a face like a slapped ass. You used to say on EastEnders. Get on my pop.
Private school, eh? Coming through.
What's the time, mate?
It's free.
Oh, cool. Oh, perfect. We could go for a little bit longer than move on to the Patreon.
But what's your comedy plans, Abs, man? When are you going to come with this hour, man? I know you got it.
No, do you know what? I'm obviously like I'm asking you guys, isn't it? But you know what it is, yeah? Because obviously when I started the game originally, when I came in, I was like, it was Cavendish Arms. You know when you start in Cavendish Arms, Camden's Head, Angel, whatever, like all these places, and then like a black comic kind of saw me doing a gig or whatever, and was like, yeah, come around this side, innit? You know, come check out this circuit, innit? And I kind of just got I became a bit complacent. Because I was like, before that, I was like hungry for gigs, hunting them down. And then like, obviously, yeah, I ended up doing black gigs, getting paid from them. Nothing bad against black gigs, by the way. They were paying me they were paying me money and that, paying my rent and whatever, able to live. And I kind of just got complacent and I was like, do you know what? Maybe I should stop going. Because another thing is as well, I didn't want to go to open. I was getting invited to open mics, yeah, certain open mics, and it was the people that were running it were known for like stealing jokes.
Right.
We spoke about this earlier.
I've heard about this individual.
Yeah, you know, there's that one. There's another one as well.
On the Patron.
No, man.
There's another one. We're not going to mention. We're not going to mention by name. We're clean.
Mike, you ain't doing.
But when have we transitioned to the Patron? Are we here yet? Or we start?
No, we'll do like a goodbye to everyone and that.
Okay.
And then like on the Patreon, if we want to talk more flagrantly, we can talk more flagrantly.
Okay, cool.
But Mike, you see how
He wants
fucking
it, he wants it, he
career-minded
wants it.
this little cunt
He wants
is.
it. I told him I'm not ruining my career for him.
You see, he wants people to pay £3.50 to hear him bitch about gigs he's not doing.
I'm just making
Mate.
sure where we are. I just want to know.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, so that I used to see people run open mic nights that were known for stealing jokes. And I just felt like, you know, an open mic is where you try your material. So essentially, you're giving a man, you know, or you're giving someone the chance to hear something new and unsaid, which is protected, you know, and that's what it's just very protected. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, so you're saying material, and then you go off to try it somewhere else, and you hear that someone's been saying it, and you're like, man, it's just robbed my stuff. So I started getting to a point where I'm like, I'm only gonna do it. I'm only gonna perform at places that are paying me. So then I feel like, you know, if my jokes get stolen now, at least I've been kind of paid for it a little bit. I've been like, compensated for it a tiny bit. Not like it's a good thing, but I'm just saying like it's better than going to open mic night, trying a new joke, and then getting robbed, and I've made nothing from it.
How common is joke theft on like the black circuit?
Do you know what? Yeah. No,
that sounded very racially
black circuit.
charged.
No, the black circuit. I heard that late as well. I was like,
That was a mad question.
he said, no, this is how he asked it. This is how he asked it. He asked me.
The way you said it.
Listen, no, the way you asked me, you was like, what's it like with jokes theft? And then I was on your circuit, and I was like, I heard on your circuit. And now I overheard black
That's
circuit.
an
I was
absolutely
like,
fair enough question because we're talking.
what's it like?
like a journalist. It's like, so tell me.
Do you know what he reminds me of? Do you know what he reminds me of? Vlad.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, don't talk to Vlad about nothing, you know. I ain't saying nothing to you, bro.
Who's black?
You need your CNN voice.
Jewish
and
guy, the
everything,
Jewish
so tell
guy
me.
that snitches on black rappers.
Oh, no, I know who you're on about. No. The reason I
Well,
asked
Vlad
like
vibe.
that, yeah, before fucking I get Alfie round.
I got no beef for black people. I love black people. yeah. Any of
I
them.
was saying it, yeah, because it's like we talked about this earlier. Like when it's just a point very because I don't use the word urban circuit,
Yeah.
because that sounds like a white person way of being comfortable with saying
Yeah.
black, right? That's what that is. People go the urban circuit, and when you think of urban areas, they're like what foxes and pigeons, and that,
Yeah.
is that what you're calling it? Like
Built up.
it's the black circuit. Black people built the circuit because they wanted the place where they could go laugh at things for their community, from this, that, and the other. It's the black circuit.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
allowed to call it that, right? I don't know anything really about the black circuit. So when I ask how common is it, it's the same way if you were to go, how common is it on the white circuit?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
And I know that there's different...
But can you call it
different-
white circuit though? Because
that was
he's
kinda mad
in
as
it.
well.
No,
He's in the circuit.
It's different. It's
I mean,
different.
he's
It's
white.
different. It's
I
different.
mean,
Now, this is the other thing. What is now considered the mainstream circuit used to be called the alternative circuit, because it was a punk scene. So that's what came onto it. So then it was a thing where it was a punk scene, and it came what was called the alternative circuit. It's still called the alternative circuit, but it's not alternative. It's mainstream. And now the mainstream circuit has become, it was white, and now it's a lot more diverse. It fucking was
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
Look at old Mock the Weeks. Look at old Nevermind the Buzzcocks. It was a bunch of white people.
Yeah, yeah.
So then if I'm going to go, it was called, does that happen on the black circuit? It's like, I think it's a fair enough question, Your Honour.
All right, KSI. Listen, yeah. ISK.
I realised as I said it, yeah, how racially charged it
We're gonna call him
sounds.
your name's SIK, innit? That's your name, SIK. This guy is sick. No, it's sick. SIK.
Oh yeah.
What? Scheme?
No, he's calling me SKI.
Oh, okay.
True, nothing.
Okay,
So, no, but like,
no, it's-
I've heard
I think it's just. I think it's as similar as every other circuit, bro. I think the way it is when you build a community with people and they start to get to know you and they start to see you often. I feel like some people feel like they're comfortable enough to try and rob you or something. Like I don't know, or you know what is another thing as well. It's like I feel like when you perform around certain people. When they're doing badly on stage, I think that's what triggers the theft. It's like, well, I heard, these jokes ain't working for me. Oh, but I heard this, but let me just throw this. And it might be a one joke that they've nicked from you, but they'll throw it into their set and it'll bang. And you're like, and if you've seen it, because I've seen someone do that to me. I've walked into the venue and I'd come out of that police cells from that cycling too slow from that case, ended up missing the first comedy show, went to the second one when they released me. Went straight to the venue. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna do comedies now. Gone there, and I'm literally hearing someone say,
"What a terrible day!"
Say a joke halfway through saying it, and I've literally just come to the front like, and I've said to someone like, "Whoa, that's my joke," and they've gone, "Oh, you said it yesterday at open mic night," and the night that I was in the cell.
So, but this is what I mean, right? Because
just robbing me.
Because on the multicultural pop circuit where we do comedy, I don't really see a lot of joke theft.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of accusations of joke theft. There might be people stepping onto premises and things like that, but that's going to happen.
That's different. That's
but
normal.
joke theft in comedy is a serious crime.
Yeah, 100%.
That's like. Do you know how funny it is? Someone can have accusations of, hey, you know, they're like young boys. Really? They still jokes. Fuck them.
Yeah.
That's why I don't respect Russell Peters. He stole jokes from Ginny Ashaway. He admits it on Sway. Oh, it's only 7 words that I stole. But these are the 7 words that I remember you for. I remember you for the Panani joke. That's how I know Russell Peters. But I find it's Ginny Ashaway's joke. It's like, you're scum. You're scum, bro.
Taking food out of people's mouth.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. I'm saying this is because the way, from my understanding, is that like the hierarchies work of like, you know, especially now with social media and things like that, is there a thing where some people sort of become, because they're, you know, because it's a very self-built thing, and it had to be, is there more gatekeeping? Is there, well, I'm at this level so I can do what I like?
Yeah.
Whereas you can't do that at a place like the Comedy Store or Top Secret, because it's all one sort of booking system. It's the club that books. So if the club sees you doing someone else's material, the comics will get together and say, you can't do that. Because it's a different way that it's ran slightly different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like a lot of people are, the headline names
they can
potentially-
rob you.
Do you see why? I'm still defending why I asked that question.
I think, you know what it is, yeah? I've had it. The thing is, right, I've had like someone like amongst me, someone like same level as me or similar level as me, steal a joke of mine, yeah, that they've seen me do many times, yeah. And this is an iconic joke of mine. Like, you hear this joke, you know it's me. So he stole the joke, and the promoter that had booked him called him out. Now this promoter, like, respect to him, innit, yeah? Respect to him. Stamina, I'm gonna say his name, fuck it. Stamina, respect to you for that, yeah. I've gone to shows where I've heard man steal jokes and that, and no one calls them out. And they allow it because they're making my show good. You're making, you know, I'm getting the laughs, I don't care. This promoter called out, man, and was like, yo, that's Ab's joke. And then he messaged me later on and told me, oh, this is your joke. It's empty, don't worry, my wallet. Mind the Nigerians.
How's he allowed to get away with that?
It's because I'm black.
How's he allowed to just fucking throw that out there? And you sit there.
Shackles, mate.
You sit there and absolutely, bro, I'm Jewish. We were the original slave.
No, don't let a Jew tell you that, yeah? 3A. No, I'm joking.
Let's switch to Patron. Let's switch to Patron now.
No.
Listen, let me tell you something from now. You cannot cancel me, bro. I am unknown. You don't know me, fam. I don't even have a fixed address. I don't have a fixed address. How you gonna cancel me, bro?
Fucking joker. What
Bro, you
the
can't
fuck?
tell me, fam. Who's the Daily Mail? Who's how's he gonna be waiting outside? That's my exes, bro. I don't live there no more. You get me? You can't find me. No.
Bro, I know one day I'm going to piss off those Corbyn fans, and there's 5 clips from this episode.
Corbyn is
alone.
not anti-Semitic, yeah? You understand, yeah? No, he's not. He's really not. We're not going to get into this.
But yeah, you were saying.
Yeah. So I feel like
Fucking disaster.
with the game, this is what the patrons get. You get racism. You get premium racism.
This is
That letterbox humour. Remember Boris Johnson?
Acceptable. We've done a lot of bad shit. But we started with drug dealing.
This is how the British. This is how we do it. We're like straight up racist. It's in your face racism.
Well, I think British racism's a lot more subtle. American racism's a lot.
Well, there's a gun behind it, innit? So
But
there's always the threat of a gun.
British racism is like, it's like you see that pub now where they're like,
with the goodie mugs.
How are you not racist?
What happened there?
There's a pub with gollywogs in it, right? And they're just even the name alone. It's like enough for you to go.
Old doors, black doors, with the faces.
And people were complaining about it. And eventually they were like, we're not taking it down. And then the police had to go around and be like, can you take the gollywogs out? You're making everyone uncomfortable, right? And they were like, oh, the bloody wokerati. And everyone's like, and then so now the people they've got coming to their defence are the head of Britain First.
And they've got more gollywogs.
Which and they've got more gollywogs. And again, if you don't like gollywogs, don't drink it.
Yeah,
and we're like, we know what you mean. And even like, the thing is like, is that shit with the culture war, which I don't get, is how can you not look at that and go, this is some of the most... I don't think they think they're racist. I don't think they're outwardly racist. I think they're fucking morons.
They've took the cancel culture wrong, innit? They're like, David, no one can cancel us. Bro, that is cancelable. Like, you should cancel that shit.
You know, people just go, I'm not a racist. And you're like, no, you are a racist. You are a racist. This is racism.
They'll genuinely believe it when they say they're not racist, but they're just moving the goalposts of what they think racism is. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, and it's just one of those things where, like, there's comics who've come out, and you know, some comics have come out and be like, I got called Ginger back in the day. I didn't mind.
Oh, I've heard that. You know,
Like,
did we do this in last show or something? Did we talk
about Ginger? Maybe.
No,
I feel like we've done.
there was this is recent, and you just go. I mean, I'm not even going to get into why that's not the same thing. Nobody was going.
Stop trying to silence me, Elliot. Let me speak my truth.
That's why we keep him out the sun. We keep him in here. You're going to be alright, bro. He's away from the lights as well.
These lights will burst into flames. But that
Now you guys have a soul. South Park. What you lot did to you? Because remember South Park? Remember that episode?
Yeah, that episode's so funny.
That was hilarious, bro. And they said when they said the gingers that have no soul.
But do you know
I never said this, by the way. This is Trey Parker. South Park, not me.
There was a clip the other day
Cancel
put
abs.
up where everyone was just laughing about it, where Butters keeps saying the N-word to Biggie Smalls in South Park. and it's like they just fire at everyone, so you can't go, hey, and everyone's like, yeah, it's just your turn this week. Like,
I do love it.
What do you think of that? Equal opportunities offending, is that a good defence?
it's harder for white people because we've just got the history.
Because you lot been doing it, innit? You lot done it without the equal stuff. You lot just doing it one sided. So now we're trying to catch up in that, and you lot are like calling us back down. It's like, well, come on, let's
We
get
got
you on
like
it.
You see,
Let's get you on it.
you just notice, this is my point, just the difference in terminology. You lot. Now, imagine I was doing that, yeah? Imagine I was sitting going, yeah, you know, you lot. Yeah, with your...
That's what I'm saying.
what I'm
He's
saying?
trying to say white
But
chicks
this
is
is what I'm saying.
racist.
White chick, it's a terrible film.
It might be a terrible film, but it ain't no racist.
Here's the
Ain't no
thing,
racist film.
I don't get offended as a white person, but I'm the worst person to ask because I don't give it.
Because whiteface has never been a thing before.
Bro,
and whiteface was never done to insult white people. Do you know what I'm saying? No one painted their face white back in the days and then was like, oh, taxes paid. Like, there was none of that. You know what I'm saying? No one did that. But they colored themselves black and was like, talking monkey and that.
examples and law-abiding citizens.
I mean, they're serious. Like, when black people, when white people put blackface on, they weren't going, oh, you know, he's a scientist or whatever. They were literally talking monkey language and insulting us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely agree with you if you were to go there and grab that. What I'm saying is when something like Always Sunny in Philadelphia does it and the context is removed of like, when it's just, they're doing blackface and you go, okay, what are they doing? Are the characters arseholes? Are they meant to be unlikable? Are they taking the piss out of how white people have used blackface before without understanding things? Because I will defend that joke. I think that's a fair enough joke. Right? And then to just remove the context. Now, if you were to go, Little Britain's doing blackface, I'll be like, yeah, you know what I mean. That's a little bit.
Was hard.
Yeah, they've got some stuff in there I ain't going to defend. I'll go, all right, fair enough.
Or like,
this is the same with like.
Bo Selector and that as well. He was taking the piss.
Yeah, bro, but like, he's shit at comedy anyway. Do you know?
No, but he got famous from that. It's Keith Lemon, right?
Yeah.
He got famous from that.
But
What do you think of Ali G?
Yeah, but Ali G was taking a piss out of white people.
Yeah, I think you're taking. That's what I think. It was.
He was taking a piss out of white people, and you can't look at Ali. I mean, Bruno, Borat. But people from Kazakhstan, have you ever met someone from Kazakhstan?
I did.
They spend the whole time showing you how nice the city is.
Let me tell you.
You know, they filmed that in Romania.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, I had a bad. This is funny. On Saturday, I got invited to a barbecue. I didn't want to come out, but I went. And I ended up talking to these girls, right? And one of them was from Kazakhstan, right? And I'm like, oh, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm in uni studying bio or something. I can't remember what it was. And I remember saying to her, so you make nuclear waste. I'm not smart in it. I don't know if that makes sense in it. But I'm like, I bet you make nuclear waste. And she was like, she just started ripping onto me. Yeah, she's like, you're dumb. She's non-stop doing this. And I usually just walk away and be like, oh fuck this bitch. But I was like, I went up to her and I was like, where the hell is Kazakhstan? Like, who cares? I was like, who cares about Kazakhstan? The only thing I know about Kazakhstan is Borat. Ask anyone in here who's going out to eat Kazakhstan food. No one. And she went straight face, and I was like, just walked off. I was like,
well, you showed that scientist.
yeah, that fucking nuclear waste.
You know, Kazakhstan is about to have some of the most fertile lands in the world because of
well,
global warming.
Borat ruined it for them, bro.
It's about to be,
Borat
be one of the most bountiful places in the world because of global warming.
Nice.
So all of that, it's
all I just picture is Ali G having sex with a goat family. You get me? So that's you. He ruined your country for you, bro.
I did that. My girlfriend one time was trying to hook us up with this girl, and she was
okay.
She was very good looking, and they sort of had like this little flirty thing going on, and she brought me over, and the girl was like, she was like Russian, innit? And she was doing that. I was like, oh, where are you from? And she was like, oh, where do you think I am from? And I'm a bit drunk, innit? So I went somewhere where they queue for bread. Bro, this threesome ended so quickly. This threesome was just gone.
What made you go with that verse?
Because I thought it was funny. Do you know what I mean? That's the basis of everything I've ever done in life, right? I thought it would be a laugh. I thought some people would have a giggle.
No, I didn't.
No,
you blocked yourself out of some free pussy.
Oh
man.
I prefer my story.
Mate, I've only ever took myself out of vagina once, but I never do that shit again. Man.
What happened?
Do you know what it was? Yeah, it was during that ball thing, innit? And I just didn't have the confidence yet because the other ball was still a bit dodgy. So I was like, I don't really want to roll with. Like now that I know there's something wrong with my balls, I don't want to have sex. Like I'm not as confident to have sex anymore.
Oh, okay.
Even though the whole time I was getting my balls sucked and no one told me anything was wrong. Right? Because I love getting my balls sucked, by the way. It's one of the best things ever. Like when they play it with it and like a jawbreaker
like a
in the
chipmunk.
mouth. And, like a jawbreaker. I'm not saying they're that big, but
Like a squirrel in hibernation.
Just like, yeah, and it's like, if you can put them to each, if you can put one there, oh my days, like, you're like one of my favourite characters. Anyways.
Winter sustenance.
So the whole time, obviously, so the whole time, I'm like, now I know something's wrong, I just feel a bit iffy about having sex. And I remember this girl, I was at a party and she's like, she wants it, innit? She wanted it, bro. Like, we're doing everything. And then she's like, yeah, let's go downstairs. And then my mate came in and was like, yeah, bro, we're going party. And I was like, sick, let's go party. And she was like, what? And she was like, yeah, let's go party. And I just walked off, went straight into the car, went to the party, and I'm there like, man, maybe she's like on enough drugs that she wouldn't even notice that my boys are missing or something. Like, I just started thinking like, man, I really just talked myself out of some vagina.
Are you still in that place now of like...
I don't care now.
You don't
now
care?
I want them to have it. I want them to enjoy it.
Yeah, you tell them beforehand.
So, like, nah, I'd surprise them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm freaky, innit? So I'm like, bite it. But she don't know. She don't know it's my real balls in there. I'm like, bite it. And she's just, she's like, I'm gonna show me some teeth. Bite it. I'm like, bite it. Don't be scared. Bite it. I keep saying it to her. That's what you hear me. If you live next door to me, but all you hear me go is bite it. Bite it.
He's really hungry.
I'm like, bite it. I'm like, and then she'll come out the room like, oh, like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's good, yeah. Oh, like, we do MDMA in it. We do MDMA in it. So she gets the grind. Yeah, she gets the grind. Yeah, bite it. Grind it in your teeth. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
Thank you.
To Patron now.
Is that the Patron episode?
Just want to shout out my Edinburgh Fringe show is on sale. Love and Hate Speech. The poster will be dropping later today as well. Well, it will already be out by the time this is out. I will be doing a show at Top Secret on the 1st of May. That'll probably sell out. So book tickets now because I've got to start promoting that. And if you're listening to this and you live in Cambridge, next week, I believe Thursday, I will be at the Cambridge Comedy Festival, an amazing comedy festival, so good that they didn't send me the ticket link to promote the show. So when I Googled it, I couldn't find the ticket link to promote the show. So barely anyone's got a fucking ticket because of this amazing way they run it, where you can't find the fucking festivals on. What a genius way to run a thing. There is more promotion for the fucking illegal cannabis festival than there is for the Cambridge Comedy Festival. Anyway, I will be there next week.
I'm doing a preview in 2 hours. Top Secret. So if you want to come You'll have missed it because obviously it's coming out on Thursday. But yeah, man, I'm dropping clips on my Instagram. I've created this concept where I look into the camera and I talk about politics.
Fucking piece of shit, bruv. You see that? He stole my thing. Bruv, I do these political videos where I take stuff and then Mike just started doing it and called it Mike's fault of the day. Honestly, bruv.
It's fault of the week.
Honestly, bruv. Fault of the week.
No, it's forward of the week, he said. Did he say forward of the week?
Forward of the week.
And I didn't do one last week because I forgot. I didn't have a
Oh my God, bro.
But it's coming back this week. There's a new thought of the week.
Well,
Stop acting like you invented talking to the camera, bro.
I just tried to start and Mike's now there, like doing a.
At least my subtitles are spelt correctly.
No, bro, I pay 25 quid per video. You just fucking use the Instagram app thing that I now have to use because I've got to compete. This is the problem with Instagram clips. I've now got to use speed instead of looking good. So, fucking app.
Yeah, more social media. Like and share when you can, please.
Fucking don't share his Thought of the Week stuff.
I mean, if you ain't following me already, follow me on Instagram, Abstruth, ABSTRUTH. I got only thing I got coming up actually at the moment is 19th of April, Comedy in Your Eye. Not Coming in Your Eye, Comedy in Your Eye. It's a really weird name. I like this guy, you know, he's quite childish. I love him. Comedy in Your Eye. It's in Kentish Town, I think. NW1, I can't remember.
It's over Camden Way, I believe.
Yeah, so if you just follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to find out. If you want my sources as well, you can get me on Instagram. It's at Tasty Truth Food. So TASTYTRUTHFOOD. So you can get these nice bottles as well. I'll be giving these guys a bottle each.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Shout out to the Green Angel. We're going to move over to the Patreon. If you want to sign up, I mean, I don't know if we're going to say anything much worse on the Patreon than what we've said there, because...
No, I think this is all within our wheelhouse of what we talk about.
Was I genuinely racist?
It was a racially leaning question, like the Michael Jackson lean. That
Was that the black the bit when he said in the black?
Well, I said it because I didn't know.
Man, like SIK.
That bit will be edited out.
But thank you for listening. See you next time.